Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another video. Today I'm filming a review of Invictus by Graudin. Now this is a book that will be out in September and I do think you should go totally check it out because it's fantastic. I would also like to thank the publisher as well as the Netgally for providing me with an ARC copy of this book for review. So this is the story of Fire, and Fire is a very special boy because he was born out of time. And what does that mean exactly, Tina? Well, his mother lives in our future, and in that time travel has been made possible, and she and her team go back into the past to document history firsthand. Now, since she's pregnant, you would think that she would make it to the time machine in time, but she does not. And before they could get to their own time, Far is born on this time machine, and as such, he doesn't have a specific time in which he is born. So, as I mentioned, that makes him very special. Now we go into the future. Far is a grown-up boy now, and he wants to follow in his mother's footsteps because he's really interested in history. It's something that his family has been obsessed for generations, and he does want to be a time traveler. So he's in this academy that would turn him into one, and things go really well for him until they don't, as you can imagine. So he has to figure out a different path for himself in which he could still travel back into time. And what he ends up doing is basically he becomes a smuggler, and he makes these illegal trips to the past in which he steals something for the client and gets paid for that. Basically that's the premise of the story, and it's really interesting. At least it sounded really interesting to me, so I was really happy to read this book. So this was my first Graudin book, and it will definitely not be the last one. I enjoyed it so much, and the cast of characters in this book is just fantastic. I don't exactly remember if I ever liked the whole cast before as I did in this book. They all have their purpose in the story, we also get to follow the story from all of their POVs, so you get to see different elements because they notice different things, they have different quirks, and it's fun to read from different perspectives because of that, because the story is just richer because of that. Far is the main character, and we get to follow him, of course. He is slightly cocky, as you would imagine. He's also courageous, and I think he's a great friend and leader to his team. I think he's also, the glue that keeps them together, and he does make them safe and all that as best as he can, of course. Then we have Elliot, who's pretty similar to him, actually. She's this interesting girl that she's keeping things from them, and there's definitely things that are mysterious and don't exactly add up around her, but still you just love her. Then there's Imogen, who is Far's cousin, and she's interesting as well. She has this crush on one of her teammates, and she likes to color her hair, and she has this great pet, Saffron, who is, I think, a character on its own because that little beast is dangerous and funny as hell. Then we have the more serious characters, like Graham and Priya, who also provides a great sort of balance to this team. Since this is a YA book, there's a bit of romance in there, but it's really not in phase. It's really sort of quiet, and I actually really enjoyed it because it was a really stable thing, and there's no drama surrounding it. It's just calm, and it was surprisingly enjoyable because of that. There was no angstiness and all that, so I did appreciate that. It's a nice respite from all of the other books that do not do that. The writing is really fantastic. There's always something happening. You're learning new things about the world. The pace is fast, and you're just sucked in, and you do not want to put this book down. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed every moment of this book. You're also always trying to, guess what's gonna happen next and all that, but guess what? You're not gonna guess anything because Graudin knows how to surprise you, and she does it again and again and again, and it was so much fun, but I guess, just the effort that you make is enough because, well, you'll have to be satisfied with that. So time travel naturally plays a huge part in this book, and as humans we have always, or at least for a larger part of our time, desired to go back into the past and potentially change it, which is not advisable, I guess. I guess it depends on which side you are. There's always been debate whether or not you should kill Hitler and all that, or how much you can actually change if you do not want to change the future too much. But yeah, so the same goes for this story. Of course, these people that go into the past to document it are not allowed to make huge changes because that would affect the future. So, you know, there's also the element of humanity that goes back into the past to benefit from that, and Farr and his team are part of that because they do go back into the past to steal things for, you know, the people in the future, and of course earn a lot of money for that. So yeah, there was that, but it was a really fun thing because I really enjoyed all these time periods that they went to. Ryan Graudin did the great thing of describing things, and you know, did her research really well, and I did enjoy myself because I do like, you know, to read about the past, especially, you know, from the safety of this time period. The ending was just perfect in my opinion. It reminded me of a certain TV show that I'm not going to mention here for fear of, you know, people not wanting to pick this book up because of that. But it was really enjoyable, emotional, you know, and I really loved seeing the characters, and I do think that there's potential for a sequel, you know, not that it's necessary or anything, you know, there's no cliffhangers and such, but I think that, you know, there's definite potential for, you know, future stories about these characters, or definitely at least this world if nothing else, because there's, you know, so many options. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this book. I do recommend it. It was, as I mentioned, not my last Ryan Graudin book at all. It does deliver, and I hope you guys pick it up. It was really great. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was useful, and see you in my next one. Bye!